is day number 5 in our English fluency series. Actually, today we're going to make it pretty relaxed and easy lesson for you, okay? But actually very important in terms of fluency. What is fluency in a language? It's basically the ability to speak it naturally, rather like a native speaker, okay? So I thought today what we'll do, we'll have a look at 5 idioms and 5 phrasal verbs. So an idiom basically, often we don't know where it comes from. Somewhere long back in the past, years and years ago, somebody just came up with an expression or a saying, has nothing to do with the meaning, or very rarely, and it's stuck. You know, we've been using it ever since. That's an idiom. A phrasal verb is actually 2 or more words which are constructed to offer a meaning, but the words in their own don't equal the meaning, or the words we use on their own have nothing or very little often to do with the meaning. All right, so I'm going to go through 5 of each today. It's going to be a very short lesson today, very simple, very easy, relatively easy, okay? So here we go. Let's look at first an idiom. All right, where this comes from, I don't know, but we have an idiom which basically we call a hot potato. So it's a real hot potato. Wow. Has it got to do with potatoes? No. Is it hot? No. Well, not in a way it is hot, but not in terms of heat or temperature. It can be hot in terms of heat. In other words, you've heard of an argument that gets hot, where people get hot under the collar. They get excited and maybe angry and passionate. They get hot. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So a hot potato really is a debate which is very hotly contested, where people have strong opinions either side of the debate. For example, what about the debate pertaining to abortion? A lot of people have very strong feelings about a woman's right to decide what happens to her body, and other people have very strong feelings about the right of a baby to live. So it's a real hot potato. Okay, that's the first one. So when you want to talk about something which is quite controversial or hotly debated, just refer to it as a hot potato. That's the natural way we'd say it. And then, of course, we've got another one, which is basically, I can say, oh, a penny for your thoughts. Now, a penny is an English currency. It's a coin. 100 pennies make a pound. All right? Rather like 100 cents make a dollar. In England, or in Great Britain, 100 pennies, pennies, plural, penny, singular penny, a penny for your thoughts. It's very simple, actually. It just means, what are you thinking? What is it? What are you thinking about? Come on, tell us. A penny for your thoughts. What are you thinking about? All right. Okay. There's another one, very strange one. Where it comes from, I don't know. Say, hey, it costs an arm and a leg. It costs an arm and a leg? That's 2 limbs, limbs, 2 limbs of a body, of our body, of our human body, right? An arm and a leg. So this time, I'd like you to guess. What do you think it means? It costs. So cost is how much. So do you think it's a lot or a little? What do you think? It costs an arm and a leg. Is that a lot or little? Well, if you lost an arm or a leg or both, I would suggest it costs you a lot. It's a heck of a price to pay. So you're correct. When we say it costs an arm and a leg, we actually mean it's very expensive. Very expensive indeed. All right? Another idiom we casually say sometimes, at the drop of a hat. Your hat, a drop of a hat. What does that mean? It has nothing to do with the hat. It has nothing to do with dropping anything. It just means, for example, if you say to me, when can you come and fix this problem of mine at my house? And I say to you, when you get home, just call me. At a drop of a hat, I'll be there. It means basically immediately. Right away. At the drop of a hat means right away, A-W-A-Y, or immediately. Okay, that's it. And the last idiom, which I want to refer to is a bit of a strange one, but is often used, which is back to the drawing board. So you know what a drawing board is? It's kind of like a sloping table which architects work on. Have you seen those things? They're like a table but sloping up. And then the architect have a slide rule and all sorts of things where they create diagrams and plans of buildings, all sorts of things. An architect. So an architect uses a drawing board. So when we say back to the drawing board, actually has nothing to do with architecture. What it does mean, let's get back to the basics. Something's happened, something's gone wrong, we've kind of lost our way, let's go back to the basics. Let's start again. Let's start at the beginning. All right? Okay. Now let's tackle 5 commonly used phrasal verbs. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, my apology. We have over 3,000 idioms in the English language. We also have over 3,000 phrasal verbs. Phrasal, by the way, P-H-R-A-S-A-L. Phrasal. Okay? 2 or more words. We have over 5,000 phrasal verbs in the English language. It's a lot. So we're not going to cover, all I've done today is pick 5 commonly used idioms, and now I'm going to select 5 commonly used phrasal verbs. The first one is ask about. So you ask, inquire, about what? When we use the expression, the phrasal verb, to ask about someone's health, or ask about a situation, it really means to ask somebody or about something, about someone's health, about a problem, about something that's worrying somebody, about if they're feeling sick. Are you okay today? I'm asking about your health, right? I'm asking if you're okay. If I say, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you. I'm just asked how you are. I'm asking about how you are. But there's another phrasal verb which gets confused with this, and that is to ask after. A-F-T-E-R. Now, when you ask after, the person you're speaking to, you don't ask them about their health, you're asking them about someone else's health. So I can say, for example, hey, John, how about your father? What's happening to him these days? And then John will say, oh, Rod asks after my father's health. Got it? So it's 3 or more people when we ask after. Usually it's 2 asking about. When it's asking after, it's usually 3 or more people. Where one person asks someone else about someone else. It's kind of like that. It's a bit asking after, asking about. Asking about is fairly straightforward and direct. Asking after is indirect, we can often say through a third party, if you like. Okay? Here's another one. To ask around. Around. A-R-O-U-N-D. ask around. All that simply means is, I want some information, I need to know something, so I'm going to ask around. I'm just going to ask people I know, and maybe people I don't know. Just ask a whole bunch of people, do you know blah, blah, blah? Or do you know where so-and-so is? Or have you seen my cat? Or you know something? I dropped my keys somewhere. Did you guys see where I walked yesterday? Because I can't find them. I'm asking around. It's a general term to talk about people. You're asking people in general if they've seen something, know something, or about something. To ask around is a general term involving several people. All right. Here's another one. This is a bit funny. This one. Well, it's not funny. The first one's not funny. It is the phrasal verb to fall apart. So it's nothing to do with falling, like dropping down, and apart means separate from. It's nothing to do with that either. To fall apart means something to disintegrate, to collapse, to break up. Like, for example, a ship in heavy seas in a very bad storm gets overwhelmed by the storm and begins to fall apart. It's starting to break up. You can also say about my friend, I could say, my friend is beginning to fall apart. Why? You know something? He's starting to lose it. What's lose it? Means losing control. Things are going wrong. Things are going wrong over and over again. Right for him, my friend. So he's falling apart means things are not going right for him. Things are going the wrong way for him. Falling apart. But here's one, almost the opposite. And that is to fall about. F-A-L-L, fall about. And that's very simple, actually. It just means you can't stop laughing. If you say, he was falling about. Okay, not fooling, F-O-O-L-I-N-G. Fooling is doing stupid stuff, right? Falling, F-A-L-L-I-N-G. Falling about. Basically means talking nonsense, having fun, laughing a lot, joking, messing around, all right? Okay, that's it for today. It's a short one today. So, okay, it's beginning to rain hard outside as well. Here in Indonesia, we have incredibly heavy rain. All right, so just remember, if there's anything you need from me, if you need any help, if you want to just put your name or details or anything in the comments, and if it's something you want me to talk about in a future lesson, just go ahead and put it in there. If it's some help you need in writing, speaking, in your studies, whatever it is, just put the details in the comments. Okay, folks, lovely talking to you again. Until next time, bye-bye.